All right, let's look at a couple of other problems to simplify. So part A says square root of negative 196. All right, so here the negative is inside the square root. So we're going to have to deal with the negative first. So this saying, find the square root of negative 196. Well, this is not a real number. Right? And this is because whenever I square something, a real number is going to be positive. Okay, so 196 happens to be 16 times 16. Alright, so if I square 16, I multiply by itself, I get a positive 196. If I square negative 16, this gives me negative 16 times negative 16. This is also positive 196. So there's no way that I can get a negative 196, right? So to get negative 196, I can do positive 16 times negative 16. But this is not squaring, because squaring, these numbers have to be identical, either both positive or both negative. So this is not possible with real numbers. It's possible with what are called imaginary numbers, which we're going to talk about in a future chapter this semester. But for now, you can say the square root of a negative number is not real. All right. So this will happen for even roots. Okay. So if the index here is even, if I have even root of a number and the number is negative, you get not real. Right? So this is for n is even. So square roots, fourth roots, sixth roots, eighth roots, and so on. If n is odd, right, then this is fine. Okay, so if n is odd and you're taking nth root and the number is negative, you get a real number. That is negative. Okay, but for even radicals, even index, this is not real, because they need to pair up, and when the negative numbers pair up, you get a positive. So it's never going to work out. All right, let's look at part B. We have negative square root of 64. All right, so because the negative is on the outside, you deal with the square root first. You have a square root of a positive number, which is 8, and then you multiply by a negative. So that gives you an answer, negative 8. Okay? So this is not a real number when the negative inside the even radical. If it's on the outside, you do the radical part first, and then you put the negative at the end.